Hello everybody, my name is the Lord High Penguin, and today I'm going to be showing you some new fighter ships. So I made my carrier last episode, and basically I've got nothing to fill it. The only fighter ship I actually have built so far is this, and it's not very good. It's not very great to look at. It's all messed up and jagged, and it just doesn't look very good. And it's also not the most effective. It's pretty slow. It's not too slow actually, but it's really slow to turn and to strafe and to slow down. It's also not that well defended. Well, it's okay. It's got 2 rocket launchers, 4 Gatling guns, and 1 sort of mounted random aiming thing. But you can't aim properly backwards, which sucks. And obviously, you know, the layout isn't that great. The inside is jam-packed. You can destroy it quite easily, actually. So I've decided to almost scrap this thing. It's not going to go completely. I'll probably still have it hanging around somewhere. But instead I've decided to build 3 new ships. In fact, more than 3, but I will get to that later. But anyway, this is my new heavy fighter. That's basically what that was. And it is better. It's kind of less defended, actually. Offense-wise, it's much better off. Or I think it is for a fighter anyway. And it's got 2 rocket launchers, the same as the other one, but they're more powerful. It's got 4 Gatling guns, same as the other one, but they're more powerful. And it's got 1 sort of long-range snipey thing, which is better. It hasn't got a turret, but to be honest, I don't think for a fighter of that kind of type, you don't really need one. And it doesn't really work. You can just sort of turn around and shoot everything with all these weapons. And this is a bit weird. As you'll see, it's really badly attached to the others, to the rest of the ship, and that's for a reason, and we'll get to that in a second. Give me it. There. Right, we're going to have to turn on the tab, and here we go, turn on the HUD. This is what's a bit weird about it. As you'll see, it has 2 modes. So it's got 2 remote control blocks in the main body of the ship, and that's what you control the ship through. You don't actually do it through the cockpit. And this is for a very good reason. This is cruiser mode. This is sort of cruising through space. This is doing normal run around things, going from place to place, going, you know, round the carrier, sort of patrolling, going down to a planet, you name it. Although it can't actually fly an atmosphere, so I wouldn't suggest taking it anywhere near a planet. But it has another mode. So if we go out of this, we can press 1 and we can press 3. And this is going to put us in the other mode once it's finished turning. And this is more of the offensive mode. It puts all of your weapons in a line upwards, which I think is more useful, although you have to use third person, because as you can see, first person for this isn't very good. You can see obviously any threats coming from the sides, but you can't see where you're aiming, which is a small sort of problem, let's say. And quickly go back into third person. So we'll put this back to the way it was, and we won't bother really flying this around, I don't think. We'll just say it's got its weaknesses, but I think on just awesomeness, it beats the other one. It's more interesting, it does more. I think it's more powerful, but it's less well defended. And I like it more. I guess moving on, let's go on to the next ship. This is much more of a light fighter, and we won't bother getting in this one because there's nothing special about it, except from the outside. So, and that one's almost exactly the same, but we'll get to that in a minute. The armaments of this thing consist literally of a Gatling gun, that's it, and 2 sort of sniper things. Although, and these are quite powerful, although I was thinking about editing it and putting in some more Gatling guns in place of these. I think in a way it might be more powerful, might be more effective, or maybe even a rocket launcher. I'm not really sure about that one though, I don't think it'll fit. And you'll see the last weapon it has is this one on the top. It is a sort of thing, and we'll go in here. This is all set up to control it. Wait for this to open. I thought that was pretty cool as well, actually. And you can control the weapon. You can just go in here, control it, and yeah, you know, go around and shoot stuff. In fact, oh, we can't because the hood's up, but that's besides the point. You can just go around, you can shoot stuff, you can shoot off into the distance there. I might try and get a more powerful version of this, I don't know. And that is it. That is literally it for that ship. The next ship, which isn't that one, it's this one, is very similar. In a way, it's got exactly the same armaments, although again I might change them. The only difference really is that it's an atmospheric version, and this one quite literally took me seconds to build. It's literally an adaptation of that one, where I've replaced the big engines on the back with some atmospheric thrusters and stuck some stuff in the wings to slow it down and to keep it in the air. There's two underneath as well. And underneath there's also connection points. I thought that was quite important on both of these. On actually all three of them there are connection points. On the bottom of that one, when you're in cruiser mode, you can see it there, but not in attack mode, it's on the side. Which is another interesting thought actually I had. You can dock in attack mode, which would be interesting, just to have your stuff on the side. So that's all that's different about this ship. Other than that, it is identical. It's 100% identical. The internal workings of it are the same. I think there's maybe a couple more different things in there, because there were engines. There were big engines in there, which obviously aren't there anymore. They've been replaced with these thrusters. And that's it. That's all of these three ships. But wait, there is a fourth over here, and you probably noticed this already, although even if you didn't know what it was, it is another ship. This is the fourth one I've created, although if you can see it already, that is basically the same design as the second two I showed you. Yeah, I'm not very good at uniqueness, but here we go. It is a much more stealthy version, and it's not just in black. As you saw, I've created a sort of cloaking device. It's not the best, and we'll have another look at that now. Obviously, from close range, it does absolutely nothing. It kind of breaks it up a little bit, but it doesn't do a whole lot. From a distance, though, and as you saw it when we were coming in, it does kind of break it up. It makes it look, from the right angle, like part of the asteroid. And it does. I have tested it, and it does work, although not brilliantly. If you know what you're looking for, it can be pretty ineffective. But if you ask me, it's better than having it just floating there in space. And you can see it a lot easier like that. The idea of this is that you can basically be sitting here, quite happy, waiting for your ambush, and that's what this ship's for. You might have maybe a fleet of these in an asteroid belt. Ideally, that would mask you from sensors as well, and it kind of does. Let's just pop back into here. Actually, I need to turn the thrusters back on, because of course you've got to turn the thrusters off. Otherwise, these little orange lights do show through, and it kind of defeats the whole object of the point of the object, whatever you want to say. And let's go in here to the fighter cockpit. Then we'll take it over to the other ones, even though from the inside I need to turn the antenna on. You can't do it. It's really awkward to try and get in without the hood up. Really easy with it. So let's just turn the antenna so I can see the other ships. Enable broadcasting, or toggle block on. There we go, that's the one. V. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, you can come out of here, and you'd probably have your main engines on, which means you can accelerate much faster and go and attack whatever it is you're going to attack. You have to have a fleet of these. We could have them just sit there and wait for something to go past, and when it does, find out information about it. They can scan it. Obviously, you can't see it. Hopefully, that's the idea anyway. That you won't be able to see it properly, and you won't notice it's there. Even if you notice something's a bit odd, you probably won't go and investigate it. I don't know if I would, to be honest. I just see this slightly weird asteroid. I wouldn't notice, I don't think. Or not, at least if you're thinking about other things. If you're worried about, what you've got for tea that day, I know, that's what I'd be thinking about. I wouldn't be thinking about this ship. I wouldn't be thinking about the fact that I might just get ambushed and absolutely destroyed by a fleet of these things. I'd be thinking about tea. That's priorities in life, guys. Priorities in life. Yeah, so that's all this one is. It's just got a projector block on top. which kind of puts a kind of cloak around it. I don't know, it's not the best, but it's just an interesting thing. All of these are kind of experimental. This is probably the most effective out of the ones I've built. This is probably the most effective, but it's not that well offensively, not that good. It's got 2 snipey things, and that's it. Obviously, you can shoot them, and they do quite a lot of damage, but that's it. That is its weapons done. This one's quite susceptible to side fire or, in cruiser mode, top and bottom fire. And this one is, the cloaking device isn't the best, but they're all pretty much just interesting ideas. So anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, guys, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The comment, whatever, if you think of any ideas of what I could build, or what you'd want to see built in Space Engineers, then I will try. Be sensible though. Don't go for something like the Death Star, a life-size replica of the first, second Death Stars and Starkiller base. Please don't say that. I won't be able to do that. That just won't happen. Unless you just want a floating block in space, just one square. That's your Death Star, guys. It's not life-size, but hey. That's the idea. Whatever you want to see done, I will try and do, but be realistic. At the moment, I've got a carrier and a space station on the go, which should be interesting. Don't know how those are going to turn out, and they are huge already. I haven't actually started building the carrier. That's a later project. I've got the ideas though. I've got them in my notepad. Yeah, that's it. So if you've enjoyed this video, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all later.